All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Karate Man there.
He just cut me off because he knows that that's like my getting ready to get myself
was your signal for me
or whatever.
Because remember that one? I'm just going to keep doing until you start talking.
I'm like getting ready to get myself pumped up to get in there. And he's like, oh, wow.
I thought you were just doing your daily Cobra Kai.
He stood my line. That's my daily What do they call that?
That's Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, that's Miyagi-Do. Tai Chi.
Paint the fence.
Okay, so I was going to say that's a dated reference, but now because of Cobra Kai, everyone knows, you know, Ralph Macchio and Karate Kid and stuff like that. So I'm actually
hype again.
Yeah, it's back. It's popular now. We can talk about it and not be nerds. I mean, we're nerds anyway. But I digress. We're jumping into another song reaction. Super excited. Listen, this guy, we talked about this last time. And to me, just a star is a star, you know what I mean? And Freddie Mercury is one of those guys that stop it. You've never met the heights. But again, Queen probably doesn't work without Freddie Mercury. And I know that when we talked about this last time, that, oh, well, now they have Adam Lambert when they were touring. But yeah, he was still performing Freddie Mercury songs or whatnot, and the only reason is because they just don't blow up and become Queen without Freddie Mercury. You know what I'm saying? And he's got that gravitas. Like, people are just, you know, gravitate towards you. And man, he's one of the, in my opinion, the first guys that I would say were really just a showstopper, the main act. Elvis, even though I've only heard a few Elvis songs, if you live in Vegas, you know, you drive to the casinos or you've been everywhere. If you even go to the Viva Las Vegas song, that thing drives me crazy. Viva Las Vegas. That's a good song. It's repetitive.
Yeah, but it's got the name of the city.
But because it drives me nuts, you know what I mean? But yeah, Elvis was probably that big of a star. But other than that, I don't know if there's another guy other than Freddie Mercury and rock. I'm sorry, that's that big. By himself, I mean, dude, the dude's awesome. I love it. I enjoy his music. And I'm ready to get another song. He has me wait until I cannot... Once I get him here, then I can put him on my phone and put him into my rotation. But until then, I'm just feeding for more.
I'll let you guys in the comment section let him know that there's obviously more iconic,
iconic people than just. Oh yeah, you told me the dude with the glasses.
Elton John is one of many.
Rocket Man.
You don't have to like minimize everyone to make your point.
I'm not minimizing everyone.
Now, as far as this song, we're gonna move on. Yes, Freddie Mercury's fan. The real controversial question is, I know what you're going to say, but I don't know if I would say it that quickly. Is Queen without the rest of the guys in the band? I think you got to throw them some love and give them some credit. Because we know Freddie Mercury didn't write every song all by himself.
No, you're right. He didn't write every song by himself. But I think that...
you've got to have a front man, but...
they might have been great musicians. They probably would have been a band, but they still wouldn't have been...
but if he went on his own, without them, before he made his big heights, would he be able to make it big?
Freddie Mercury, yes. By himself, yes. Yes. Think about this.
You don't think the support of your bandmates is huge to get yourself some confidence?
And I haven't mentioned this band in a long time, so don't kill me in the comments. But Nirvana didn't work without Kurt Cobain. Think about how many bands have lost their front man, have lost that guy, and they just don't work without that guy. Okay. They are...
No, Nirvana did not continue. But their drummer, Dave Grohl, started his own band that's still going here 30 years later, the Foo Fighters. What are you talking about?
Foo Fighters was never as big as Nirvana, though.
Okay, first of all, Nirvana was only around for a short period of time.
Right.
So it's not fair to compare that. Yes, the name is not as iconic in 90s culture, grunge culture as Nirvana. But I would venture to say, I don't know for sure, they've probably sold more records in their career. Now, they've been around longer. But Foo Fighters is nothing to sneeze at. You may not know too much about Foo Fighters, but they're definitely nothing to sneeze at.
I've heard the name Foo Fighters. You know, it's funny. I did not realize Dave Grohl actually started Foo Fighters. We had this conversation before, but I heard the name. I can't tell you I know a song. I mean, I might have heard it in a movie somewhere in a soundtrack. But anyways, we're listening to Radio Gaga. All right, this is a live version of it in 1985. And wasn't this the one that was in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Live Aid was huge. I mean, it was like, what, like 1 billion people claimed to be watching that live. It was crazy. And Radio Gaga is the song we're checking out, like he said. This is a song that I was not familiar with before the movie came out. And I'm like, what is that song? That is awesome. It's always been in my head since. We're going to check this out. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And if I could sing, I would sing you a bunch of the Foo Fighters songs, some of which you definitely would know. We'll have to mess around with that later, maybe. All right. And here we go. Unifying.
Dude, I'm trying to look on stage. They gotta have like some kind of. It's a. This sound. I mean, dude. First of all, love the song. I told you, it's gonna be an additive, regardless. Wait, forget additive. But this is kind of what's that?
I don't know what that is.
I'm like, wait, is there a pianist somewhere on there, or is that electrical piano?
He's a pianist right there.
But no,
I'm sure they have a pianist there as well. Like I'm sure they have a bunch of people there to make sure the sound sounds awesome. But I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, that was another thing about this group. I think the way they play with their music. It's very groundbreaking. Again, the only thing I knew about Queen was Bohemian Rhapsody. And I remember the first time I was watching the movie, I thought it was a spoof. I did not realize that was a real song until afterwards. Because think about it. It's like an opera. They're in the car scene. I was like, this is so awesome. Dumb. And then, holy cow, it just becomes a rock song. So, like, they're like, just cutting edge, man. Cutting edge with it. And even I'm digging the you know, I'm always waiting for my solo guitar riff. I'm like, I'm good with it. Even if I don't get the solo guitar riff, I don't care. I love this song. So that's all I wanted to say there, man. It's pretty crazy.
I love his little crazy, like, he's got half this microphone stand there. He just takes it off. He always likes to play with that. It's his whole thing. I mean, they're just unified with them. He just does one of these, and they're all doing it on time, for crying out loud. It's so awesome.
I'm sure everyone does it on time.
All of them.
When we go time of all this visual.
It's crazy.
And then he ends it with a pose.
Oh, man. And that last, like, maybe 10 seconds there is about the only solo action the band gets. Like, listen.
Not when it comes to Freddie Mercury. Stop.
Freddie Mercury, yeah, there is no guitar solo. There's no guitar. It's like, I am the show. Like I'm saying, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I'm sorry. Dude, love the song. Great selection. I already said it's going to be added it. You know what? They're probably, to me, outside of, because I'm a metal guy, and I think that's been established. Now that I've listened to enough music, I love the hard, banging metal sound or whatever. I love listening to it when I'm in the gym and get me pumped up or whatever. But outside of that, out of all the other bands you played for me, the Beatles, like, was it, not Rolling Stone, what's that, is it the Chili Peppers or
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Red Hot Chili Peppers? Like, I think those guys aren't metal. They're just a different sound. And this isn't metal. But they're still probably my second favorite band now, outside of course, Metallica. But I mean, you know,
high praise.
I'm just saying, dude. Like,
high praise.
And you know, I love the metal, but I don't know, man. Their stuff just works. There's like been one song that I was like, okay, that one was okay, but everything else, their stuff just works, and it doesn't work without him. Come on, that song works without Freddie Mercury or without those pipes, dude. His voice is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, it sucks, dude. That you know, growing up, I really wasn't introduced to this kind of music, and I found it, you know, so much later on in time or whatnot.
But think about it. It's the best time for you because you have access to all this at your fingertips.
That's what it is, the access.
For free, basically, or whatever monthly subscription you're a part of.
That's what it is, the access.
Like, again, we mentioned it a few times, but those old subscriptions were like you buy 4 CDs and you get 10 for free, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So people were doing that because you got a massive amount of CDs for not too much money. But everything is just on YouTube for free if you have internet access.
Right.
It's crazy. Glad you like that. It's a fantastic song. Again, when I heard it on the movie I'm watching, I'm like, I don't know this song. And that's one reason why I love watching music documentaries or movies about different bands, especially ones I don't know about. You hear, like, I watched the Wham documentary. I'm like, they did that, they did that. Right. It's so cool.
Talking about music documentaries, and I'm not sure it's considered a documentary, but Valentine's Day's around the corner, and Savannah's like, oh, I want to go watch that Bob Marley documentary or whatever. Movie, yeah. Or it's just a movie about him or whatnot.
Or like that.
But, you know, he was huge, and I was even shocked that, oh, that's something you want to go do? Yeah, for whatever, because, again, she's like, oh, yeah, I Shot the Sheriff, and Woman Don't Cry, and is it Hippo? Some other song she's just been listening to it. So it's something, and we've been married, dude. You already know we've been together almost 2 decades at this point. And I might have heard her in the past listening to reggae on a station, and maybe a song comes up or whatever. It's in her loop. Oh wow! But now she's listening to like Bob Marley stuff all the time. She's like, oh, I forgot how good his stuff was, and just the fact that the movie's coming out, I think it just revived her. Now my daughter's listening to it. So I wonder if that movie as well with Queen made some new Queen fans. Because, wow, this guy is amazing. This band is amazing.
It definitely helps. It's definitely a huge boost. There's a reason why the halftime act of the Super Bowl, they don't get paid money to do it. But they're going to get a lot of push and a lot of people like, oh, yeah, I mean, Usher, perfect time for him. Because I know he's a residency here, I believe. Yeah. But he's not nearly at the heights he used to be. And once he performs the halftime show, unless he just is horrible, it's going to revitalize him to a certain degree. Maybe not on this huge level like Kate Bush was from Stranger Things, but still to a certain level. Question is, what do you think of this song? Don't forget to comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
we know all things.